Hi, good morning. Welcome to Wellness Market Morning. I'm Jairam here. US data on Friday was strong on many counts. Headline PC inflation came higher than expected, while the personal consumption increased. And as we near the Fed decision on Wednesday, market has bought back the dollar recently sold, with the month-end demand also adding to the pressure. From here till the Fed decision, probably USD will remain bearish, expecting a taper decision, and the further direction will depend upon the indications on rate hikes. Right now, the market has discounted at least one rate hike by middle of 2022. China PMI was weaker. That came on Saturday, and dollar yuan got supported ahead of 6.35. But broadly, notwithstanding the good and bad news, yuan has been moving between 6.37 and 6.47. And I think Chinese authorities are happy to keep it in that range. We have 4 central bank meetings this week. We have US Fed, obviously, then Norway Central Bank, BOE on Friday, and also one more meeting which is scheduled. And Fed, of course, is quite well discounted on the taper side. Norway will probably hike another 0.25% after one hike last month. And BOE, there's a lot of uncertainty. Members are split on the action that needs to be taken by the UK Central Bank. Inflation has been running higher broadly, but some of the data recently has been on the weaker side, like retail sales and all that. So consensus emerging is that they will probably remove the QE part, and then they will indicate that, depending on the inflation development in the coming months, they will go for rate hike. I mean, market has actually discounted rate hikes up to 60 basis points in UK. So that needs to be watched after the inflation numbers this week. The other central bank to meet is Australia tomorrow, and again, no changes expected, but a lot of interest surrounding their meeting and a statement by Governor Lowe, because the recent swing up in Australian bond yields to 0.65 levels after the Australian Central Bank failed to adopt a yield curve control measure, and market now started to discount a rate hike in Australia as well. Although it's not before 2024 as of now, but definitely this movement up in yields has taken many by surprise. And so that's about the central banks. Then we also have an OPEC meeting this week, and there's not much of an expectation that they will hike output, but possible technical adjustment they could make by bringing forward next month's planned increase in output to this month, so that the immediate shortfall in supply can be made up. Also, G20 meeting has been happening last week, and UK, France, Germany, and US, they all feel that a deal with Iran is still possible. This is something that we need to keep watching out because of the impact on oil, if at all anything like that develops. Interestingly, one of the leading German financial daily criticized Lagarde severely for adopting the low rate of interest and not hiking it despite the persistent inflationary pressure. They're saying that you're eroding common man's purse by not acting on the inflation, and there's some sort of pressure building on them In fact, Lagarde sounded less hawkish, less dovish in the last meeting. And we need to keep watching German yields also to get a sense of what the central bank will be doing next month. On the Indian market, stocks have corrected 5%, a little over that. So either we stop here or we may even correct another 5%. Technically, a 10% correction is normal. So that can happen as well, with the market probably suddenly found holding too much at the high levels. So that's trade data expected tomorrow, important in the context of higher oil prices and also bigger deficit that we saw last month. So anything over 20 billion this month also will mean that CAD will be definitely higher this year, and there will be some pressure on the rupee. Rupee flows have been matched by IPO-related inflows and FII outflow from secondary market. So, but very good support at 74.70. Host of buyers, their importers, oil companies, and NATs also. So we are going to be, being a short week, I feel 74.70 to 75.20, or even a narrower range is possible for the rupee. And next week should be more volatile, because by then we would have got a Fed decision and as well as a UK Central Bank decision. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, JK. I think you have covered markets exhaustively. I will try to bring something new. A junk-rated company, Tesla is junk-rated company, and they have crossed market cap of 1.1 trillion last week. And Elon Musk, resulting Elon Musk being the leading net wealth, the leading net wealth, or is basically his wealth. Musk wealth has reached staggering $300 billion. Across the globe, we have started seeing yields moving higher. The RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, yield curve control totally failed last week, and their 2-year, 3-year bond yields have moved higher than 50 basis points. And I think that they were targeting around 10 basis points. So it's a major move, and the market has gone exponential after RBA could not control the yields. We are seeing a decent amount of yields upticks in all European markets. Just to highlight, Greek, Portuguese, Spain, all bond yields are dealing at almost pandemic high. So whatever best we have seen around April, May 2020, those yields have been already gone higher than that. As JK already pointed out, FOMC would be delivering their statement on this Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday market would be closed. Indian market would be closed. So market would be going very cautious into FOMC statement. This meeting is again a non-press type of a meeting where you would not get the projections and Fed dot plots. So mostly market is as of now believing that they will announce tapering, and that is a good amount of a probability that they will be done that. Looking at all these things, definitely we are entering into an uncertain zone, and where I expect that the speculative interests are likely to reduce, and they have been already reducing in Indian market. We have seen dollar be a little higher in last few weeks, and equities have taken some knock. Gold, which is basically dealing into the support area of 1760, 1780. I think that unless and until Fed announce something related to rates or indicate something in a statement as a rates, we will hold this support area. Coming back to India, Indian 10-year GSEC yield is closed last week at 6.39. My mistake, 6.39. And likely to be in the range of 635, 645 during this week. I don't expect bond yields to drop ahead of FOMC. And another important point, I think we have not covered during the last week anytime, highlighting that it basically, there's a good paying interest happened in the forwards in last week, which was a kind of a combination of factor, month-end rollover of RBI of forwards, and IPO related flows which has got hedged. I believe that 1 year forward point 350 is attractive zone 350 to 360. Exporters should be looking, if they are looking to hedge, better area to hedge is 1 year forward point. That's all. Thank you. Have a great day. We are entering into a happy Diwali week. So wishing everyone a happy Diwali much in advance.